How's it? Today is Wednesday, June 18th. We have some clean and jerk work today with some back squats. Today was solid. Like no funny things about it. Today was really good. I made the switch from power clean plus hang clean plus jerk to two hang cleans plus jerk, which is kind of just falling in line parallel with my snatch day 2 days ago. And yeah, I think today these hang cleans were a lot better than I feel like my power cleans were in the past. And for what it's worth, I've always been really good at the hang clean, and I guess also similarly the hang snatch, especially relative to their power variants. As far as the thrusters go today, I did set of 100 for a set of two. I did it last week as well, but today I felt a lot more confident, much more convincing. I did them with no fails, and that is a good thing. My voice cracked. A good thing. And like I'm looking at these lifts, and I'm mostly using them as a warm up, but I also do feel like it is giving me the opportunity to get to terminal knee and terminal hip extension, which I don't really get to with my cleans, or sometimes also not with my jerks. This is that set of 100. It was, I don't remember how long ago it was at this point, but there were a couple days when I couldn't even do a set of two. Might have been 3 weeks ago. Like I just could not do a set of two, and I would just keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. But today I was able to manage that, and hopefully next week I'll feel confident enough to push up in weight and just see where that gets me. As far as the hang cleans go, the thing I was really focusing on today was just trying my best to get to full extension. Get to full extension and then just take it from there. And there's not too much else to say about that. I feel like that should be the main goal most of the time. These are not full extension at all, but it's also only 40 kilos, which is like 88 pounds. I can curl that. So that is really not a weight that's actually going to even challenge me as far as stimulus goes. But you'll see here that I'm getting a lot closer and closer to full extension. I think there is a point, right? If it's too light, or if you actually extend hard, then the lift, or the remaining part of the lift is actually a lot more difficult than if you had just half-assed the extension so you can maintain proper positioning. And at a certain point, that is detrimental to habit development. And maybe that is the reason why I don't extend all the way. I don't know. Here's 100, and this is definitely a reasonable weight that I would have to focus on getting better extension at. But, yeah, I mean, if you slow these down, they're not perfect. And for what it is, it is still fairly light. And again, maybe it's just an area that I do need to practice on, especially at lighter weights. Here's 117. This is the weight that I was doing last week, or that I wanted to do last week, that I couldn't end up getting jerk on. My power clean was like very, very suspect. So Steve was like, okay, just try to get through the workout, get to a power clean plus hang clean plus jerk that you can do. And so I ended up going down to 110. And I knew I could do that. But given that it was so difficult at that time, I was like, okay, maybe I would just transition over to the hang clean doubles, or 2+1s. I haven't even talked to my coach about it. I just feel like that is the natural progression. Ooh, look at how good that extension was. I think one thing that I'm kind of worried about with a lot of these cleans is as I'm picking it up, or I guess as I'm catching it from right here, like all the way up, I don't want to re-grip and start the hang clean again. For a lot of reasons, but one of those reasons is a few weeks ago, my back got really, really, really irritated when I was doing the clean panda pulls, where I basically pulled as high as I could, and then I just catch it on my hips before it gets down to the ground, and that was not fun whatsoever. So I'm trying my best to avoid something like that ever happening again. And I know this is a different lift, but it is something that I think about a lot, because those are that's like an injury that you don't even think could even come up. And then when it does, you're like, oh, duh, that shit makes sense, but it just doesn't make sense, you know? Here's my last rep here for 117. I feel pretty confident with this. You know, like, I did clean and jerk considerable amount more than this just recently, so like I'm not really too afraid of doing a double at 117. And then I moved into my clean panda pulls. That first one was not a clean panda pull, that was like a high pull. And I'm really just trying to keep these at a lighter weight just so that I can maintain speed. I feel like I said that last week too. And I think I am trying my best to get to extension. Because my big issue is I don't get to extension within the checkpoints of time, you know, of the actual clean. So if I'm moving the bar very quickly, I have less room for error to get to extension. And so with the lighter weight, it's a little bit more doable. I don't want to say it's easier because it's certainly not easy, but it is more doable than the other alternative, right? And then after these, I did my back squats. And last week, I ended up doing just a one set. Oh, actually, no, that was 2 weeks ago. What did I do last week? I did 3 sets of 5 ascending with 130, 135, 140. And today I did 140 for 3 sets of 5. And that was my goal. A few weeks ago, I was supposed to do 3 sets of 5 at 144. And I ended up not being able to do all 3 sets of that because my time management has just been horrible. It's been horrible for 30 years. So I'm going to try my best to, with my belt on, get to back to where Steve wanted me to get to, which is like 158 or 157. That was the goal for 3 sets of 5. And, I'm very, very far away from that, but dang, for whatever reason today, these squats felt really good. Like, normally when I get to the bottom, right around here, I feel like I'm not going to be able to push out of the hole. And it feels like a gargantuan task. But for whatever reason, like, even if I'm out of position, it feels like I still have the leg drive and leg strength to push through, even though I'm so tired. Like, look at how sweaty I am. I'm straight up a wet dolphin. And, I'm kind of, like, shocked at how easy these were, like, speed-wise. These are super hard mentally because I have to try so hard. And it's already at the end of the training session, right? I've done already 3 quality exercises up to this point at pretty high intensities. And now I'm doing a whole last one, which is the heaviest one by a large margin. And it's a very, very big range of motion. So, yeah, I am very shocked that they moved as well as they did. And, today I had no misses, which is good. It's kind of rare for me right now, but it's very exciting. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.